Hi, I'm Adam for Forgotten Clank.studios, and in this video we're going to look at the new feature of the Forgotten Waveshaper 2 version 1.1. There have been a few bug fixes, and if you're interested in that, you can check out the manual, it's all listed there. So the new feature in version 1.1 are the added attack and release curves. So let's quickly go to RX7, oh no, it was OBS, RX7. So previously, the attack and release curves were set to linear, so there was only one fixed curve, which meant that the dynamic section would increase the distortion or gain reduction in this case linearly. And that's fine. It sounds good. But now there are more options. You have, if we switch to reason really quick, you can set the attack curve and release curve to these 4 new curves as well. And there are a few presets you can choose that sound particularly good, because sometimes, I can show you that later in the demo, some combinations don't sound as nice and result in more distortion. So we have a fast in, slow out, which means that the attack will be fast at the beginning and then slower. And the same with the release. So it's going to release faster and then more slowly. The opposite is also possible, so a slow attack and then it gets faster, and the same with the release, so slower release and then faster. And there are also kind of S-curves, so first a slow attack, then fast, and then slow again. Same with the release, and the opposite, fast attack first, slow again, and then fast. Okay, so if we take a look at this preset that's chosen here, yes, we can choose this one. Fast attack slow release means you have you have this attack curve, so fast attack, and this release curve. And I found that to sound particularly nice. But let's listen to a demo to see how this affects the sound. So this is a clean drum loop. And this is the compressed drum loop. And let's listen how it changes when we change it back to linear. You can hear there's much less compression or distortion applied. And that makes sense because it's going to spend more time. If it's a faster attack, the same amount of attack time applied result in more gain reduction. So after 0.2 seconds in this example, it's already here, and in the linear curve, it's up here. So of course there will be more gain reduction applied in this case, but there are also sonic differences. So let's see if we can level match that to hear that. So if we leave that here. If we listen to the clap, the decay is different. It's much tighter with the linear curve. So there are also, you can hear the clap again, the reverb that's baked into this drum loop. Now it's more audible. And yeah, this is similar to the linear curve, but also has this aggressiveness of the fast attack, in my opinion. Yeah, it's all it's a bit subjective, of course. And yeah, that's basically it for this new feature. But I would like to show you another thing I've discovered when playing around with Forgotten Waveshaper, and that was this snare in particular was giving me a bit of a hard time. So if you listen to this snare, it sounds fine, sounds roomy, but that's okay. Was okay for my purpose at least. But what it's lacking, in my opinion, is a sharp transient, a click I would have liked to the snare to be a lot more clicky. So I've grabbed the compressor. And it works fine. With the compressor, you're also going to get this kind of course, the tail is going to be compressed, or at least turned up. So you're going to get this more squished sound. But with Forgotten Waveshaper 2, you get even more of a click, and you don't get this effect of the compressor. Can you hear this tasty click? I love this. We can also experiment with the different curves here. The transient is different. Interesting. Yeah, you get more control over the sound. It's definitely a cool thing. One last note before I leave you is that there was a bug fix regarding the ratio. Just so you know, if you've used or made patches with Forgotten Waveshaper 2 before this version, it's going to sound different if you've had the ratio set to anything other than infinity to 1. Of course, only if you had the dynamic section engaged. So when using the dynamic section and the ratio lower, having it lower than infinity to 1, it will sound different now, because previously, for some reason, or for a specific reason I know and have fixed now, decreasing the ratio would extend the attack and release times. So if you have now a patch that sounds more aggressive because you've used a lower ratio, you might just want to turn up the attack and release to compensate for this bug fix. It shouldn't be too much of an issue, especially because turning down the ratio will already tame the dynamic section. But just if you're curious, or if you notice a change, turning up the attack and release will bring you back to where the patch was before this version. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and as I said, if you want to see all the changes done, there are a few more bug fixes, you can check out the manual. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.